San Diego News at 5.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Mullen.
And I'm Christine Haas. A sad day in San Diego's military community.
7 Marines are dead after 2 helicopters crashed near the California-Arizona border.
6 were based right here at Camp Pendleton, 1 out of Yuma. This is especially bad news, as you know, for our patriotic town, which boasts one of the largest military communities in the country.
We have team coverage of this story. Let's go to our Deanna Guevara in just a moment at MCAS Miramar. But let's begin with NBC7's military reporter Leah Sutton, who's at Camp Pendleton for us. Leah.
Mark, Christine, this is a reminder of the sacrifices made by our service members, both deployed and at home, that they train to the most dangerous situations, the toughest situations, and that sometimes means that training can be just as dangerous as combat. This is what's left of the wreckage seen from chopper above after an AH-1 Cobra and a UH-1 Huey collided midair around 8 o'clock last night. 7 dead in a training exercise gone wrong, a reminder of the risks service members make every day to train like they fight.
Being in the military, there's an inherent risk in whatever we do, no matter what your job is. And Marines are trained the way that we want to fight. And so they're going to go out there and conduct that training as if they were, in a combat zone.
Both helicopters from the 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing out of Camp Pendleton. They'd been training out of Marine Corps Air Station Yuma in Arizona and were night exercises near the Chocolate Mountain Range, an area used frequently by San Diego-based air crews for its realistic environment, similar to that in Afghanistan. The collision happened on the California side of the California-Arizona border. Everyone on both helicopters was killed, 6 from Camp Pendleton and 1 from Yuma. The Camp Pendleton and Marine Air community today feeling the loss of their comrades.
These incidents are minimized, but every once in a while you get something like this, and it's tragic, terrible.
It really affected that squadron and those family and friends, and I can see it here, on our base. It's definitely affected everyone, especially within the aviation community.
Well, this is a reminder, this has been a difficult time and a reminder for everyone here at Camp Pendleton of just the difficult time that it can be when somebody is hurt in training or killed in training. The families here, for the most part, have been notified at this point, and the units have returned from Yuma. Leah Sutton, NBC7 San Diego.
And Leah, is there any reason these 2 helicopters would have been operating in the same vicinity of each other?
Mark, that's a good question. Hueys and Cobras do train together because they do also fly in combat together. Now, the reason that happens is the Cobra is actually an attack helicopter, but it doesn't have a rear shooting capability while the Huey does. So they sometimes fly together in combat to provide close air support for troops on the ground. So these 2 aircraft could have been training together to practice tactics.
All right, Leah Sutton for us. Thank you.
Let's continue our coverage in Miramar this evening. That is where the 3rd Marine Air Wing is headquartered.
NBC7's Deanna Guevara is live at MCAS Miramar, where some members of the community are really talking about their feelings right now. Deanna?
Well, Christine and Mark, we found out today that it does not matter what part of the county you're in, because when this community loses a Marine, they come together. After 25 years in Corps, Oscar Segura's devotion to the armed services did not stop there.
No, once a Marine, always a Marine. You never leave it. It's always part of you.
And with another tragedy hitting the Marine Corps community, here at Segura's military shop, hearts are heavy.
It's one thing to lose people in battle, but it's another thing here on the home front, just during training.
You hear a Marine getting hurt. It's something that's repeated hurt, anger, sorrow, the phases of losing somebody. You always go through that.
Here we go, 2. At the Armed Services YMCA, a free food distribution shows just one example of the military community taking care of their own. The Y says the chopper crash will likely increase the number of families they see for grief counseling.
Helicopter crashes are not what normally people experience, and I don't think you can get used to it.
Just ask Marine wife Kayla Medrano. Her husband works on jets and aircraft carriers.
I don't know what I would do without my husband. He's my world. And, you hear about it all the time, that Marine that got killed last week, and then the helicopter crash. It's any moment.
A lifestyle full of sacrifice at any cost.
It's always a new one. It's always a new one. Never gets easy. You never stop being a Marine.
And Oscar Segura, that business owner that we spoke with today, is a real tough cookie. It took some convincing to get him to go on camera, and he says the reason why is because whenever he hears about a fallen Marine, it's just too emotional for him to talk. So definitely a sense of brotherhood out here this evening. Reporting live from Miramar, Deanna Guevara, NBC 7 San Diego.